A WrestleMania star was injured on SmackDown. A WWE Tag Team title TLC match has been announced, and an open challenge has been added to WrestleMania. Stay tuned for all the wrestling news. It appeared on last night's SmackDown that Rey Mysterio has possibly suffered an injury. At least all signs are pointing towards him suffering an injury taking place during the six-man tag team match, which saw him team with Rey Fénix and Dragon Lee to take on American Made. Now, normally, obviously, it's a bad case scenario when anyone gets an injury.
Yeah.
But he does have a match at WrestleMania against El Grande Americano, Chad Gable.
I mean, it's if this is a real injury, it's just, who's going to put him in his place?
It's the worst timing.
Yeah.
Like, it is genuinely the worst timing. And obviously, we hope that Rey overcomes this injury, whatever it may be. But, like, it's such an unfortunate time for it to happen.
Yeah.
Now, during the match, I'm not entirely sure which spot. It wasn't quite clear which spot it occurred, but he was seen during the match ringside, sort of lying by the barricade, getting spoken to by WWE's medical team. And those in attendance could see him and saw him speaking to Dragon Lee. And it looked like, from my perception of the video that I've seen, that he was trying to relay a spot that Rey should have been in to Dragon Lee to fill that gap and let him know what happened.
Well, they then saw him get carried out after the match as well, with all of the medical team sort of attending to him. So.
Yeah, it was a strange one because you saw Dragon Lee and Rey Fénix celebrating in the ring, but Rey wasn't there. He was at first he was limping up the ramp, but he really couldn't put any weight on his left leg to the point where they physically had to carry him up the entrance ramp. I can't see this match taking place now if the injury is so bad that he couldn't walk up the ramp.
I mean, it just doesn't feel like it will be happening if this is the case. I don't know who steps in to replace him. Maybe Fénix? Maybe Dragon Lee?
Fénix was my initial guess, is the fact that you've got Fénix already associated with him there.
A high-profile new signing.
You kind of want to maybe get him on that card.
You could also put Penta in. I don't know, there's various people you could sort of cycle in there.
It feels, and granted, the build for this WrestleMania, people have been criticizing and saying maybe this match isn't even earned to be on WrestleMania itself. Yeah. But that's a big match for Rey to be back on the card. He's not got that many more WrestleManias left in him.
No.
And it's a great spot for Chad Gable getting to be in there with Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. So hopefully whoever takes that spot, if it is indeed cancelled, we'll still get a good match. And I'm hoping it's Rey Fénix. Personally, I think it might be Dragon Lee.
I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see.
We will have to wait and see. But staying with WrestleMania, there was a lot of rumors, speculation, discussion yesterday all over social media that Donald Trump might make an appearance at WrestleMania. Now, Donald Trump and WWE, they have a long history.
Yeah, it predates his presidency, and it predates his other presidency.
It's maybe just not a fun thing to have him at WrestleMania, but the reports were the rumors were indicating he might be there. But
Roman will have a good time.
Roman might have a good time. Fightful Select, though, coming out and giving an update on that situation, saying they have said that regarding the possibility of Donald Trump appearing at WrestleMania, WWE Creative has not been informed that this is happening, and those that they've spoken to have not been told to prepare for it. Additionally, Fightful notes that there would have been additional security and measures needing to be put in place.
It's the president of the United States, so I don't think he can just sort of turn up to things without it having to be planned for months in advance. Yeah. And I don't think there's an indoor golf course in the VIP area of the stadium.
I don't think so. Maybe he could have one built. But yeah, so it looks like he might not be there. I think that's a relief for a lot of people, because you maybe don't want to bring, as Punk said yesterday, you don't want to bring politics into the wrestling.
It's been getting brought into the wrestling considerably, so it wouldn't surprise me. But at the same time, if you take him completely out of it, having any president at WrestleMania would be a big deal, right, for the company, because it's the president of the country. So I'd say that they would probably want him there.
Yeah, probably.
But at the same time, logistically, I guess leaving it this close, unless it has been in the works and it's very close to the chest.
It's maybe secretive.
I just don't see it happening.
He appeared at the Super Bowl earlier this year, so maybe, and WWE
that's America's big game.
Yeah, but WWE likes to top the Super Bowl. They like to go out and go,
we're have him with sparklers dancing to YMCA.
Maybe they might do that. Yeah, but next week on SmackDown, a WWE Tag Team title TLC match is taking place. Right, so I know.
Why?
That's
Why?
it. That is exactly the ugh. Oh, why? So last night on SmackDown, we saw the Street Profits versus the Motor City Machine Guns. Now, this was for the WWE Tag Team titles. Unfortunately, it was cut short by DIY, who interfered and physically
trying to nick off with the belts.
Stole the belts. They stole the belts. Now, this caused Nick Aldis to get involved, speaking to them all backstage. He was like, whoa, we're going to determine who the tag team champions are. Blah, you don't steal the belts, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to suspend them above the ring in a TLC match on SmackDown next week. And you could hear the crowd boo. The crowd was not happy at this decision. I'm not happy at this decision. Sam, are you happy at this decision?
No, WrestleMania's got a great history of TLC matches, and this could have been an absolute banger on the grandest of all grand stages. But at the same time, it is going to make us tune in for SmackDown next week. So.
It is, but I just don't
see why they're dangling the carrot.
Or dangling the belts, you should say. I just don't see why, like, you announce this match the night before WrestleMania for next week's show. It just makes more sense to go, hey, look, we're gonna put it on WrestleMania because the show is gonna be 5 hours long, 9 hours with a pre-show.
Well, it depends as well. Like the staging set up above the ring, have they got a piece of rope long enough to suspend it from? You know, I would have loved to have seen this on WrestleMania, but at the same time, I see why they're putting it on SmackDown.
Yeah,
right?
I see both sides to it. Just when you look at how much this tag division has built up in the past few months, I think we've said every single week now that this tag division is one of the strongest, definitely the strongest in WWE for my money.
Oh, for some time, yeah.
For some time. And then when you look at the fact that you've got War Raiders versus the New Day, which doesn't really feel as earned as the SmackDown tag team side.
Yeah.
Why is that one not on Raw? Why is this one stuck on SmackDown? It just feels a little bit strange when you could get more people on WrestleMania.
Yeah, but at the same time, they like to keep their shows svelte now. It's only a sprightly 9 hours. So, but the main card itself, they like to sort of keep that quite straightforward these days.
Yes.
So I see them not wanting to keep adding things to the card.
Yeah.
But it would have been nice.
I mean, they are adding lots of stuff to next week's SmackDown because we do have the debut of whoever has been teased in this vignette, because each and every single week we've seen these smoky, spooky vignettes going on.
Footsteps, creaky, smoke.
Yeah, things that point to one
Weird
Malachi /
really,
Aleister
read.
Black. Yeah, you can't really read things. And then numbers pop up, and it's given us a date finally. We predicted it would be 4/25/25, and in fact, it is 4/25/25, which is next week's SmackDown. It was rumored by PWN, or reported by PWN, that this would be the date that Malachi Black / Aleister Black would be returning to WWE programming.
It's surely got to be him. It's very in keeping with his old character, I guess, the kind of the spoopiness. So bring him back, have him run roughshod over everybody for a little bit.
People, just kick them a lot.
Black mass.
Constantly, I'm throwing my notes all over the place. Now, finally, we're going to wrap things up because an open challenge has been added to WrestleMania. I love an open challenge.
It's Chelsea Green, isn't it? It's Chelsea Green. It's going to be Chelsea Green.
I bloody wish it was Chelsea Green. It's not. It's Randy Orton. Randy Orton is in an open challenge match, which is also
equally tantalizing.
Quite cool. Maybe it's Randy Orton versus Chelsea Green.
Maybe
that would be a great match. But no, Randy Orton issued the open challenge for WrestleMania after his match with Kevin Owens obviously was cancelled because of Kevin Owens' injury. Speaking on last night's SmackDown, Orton said that he does intend to wrestle at the show this weekend, and if anyone in the back wants to test their mettle, step up. He also promised that whoever steps up to him, he will RKO. And I don't doubt him.
I'm trying to think of who could really benefit from this position, because there's a great number of people.
I think they are in a lose-lose situation here, right? Because no matter who answers the open challenge, you kind of expect an open challenge. You're kind of predisposition when it's a WrestleMania open challenge. The person who's answering wins the match.
Or they're a big debut. Or
it's a big debut.
So it's like, ooh.
I think it could be Rusev, right? We know he's re-signed.
Man. Yeah, we know he's in town.
Big E revealed that he had re-signed with the company. And it feels like if you re-debut him at WrestleMania, you're instantly going, hey, here you go. This is a big star again. I just can't see Rusev losing on his return, and I can't see Randy Orton losing when they're trying to position him as a main event star for St. Louis for Backlash.
We'll just have them completely flatten each other at the pancakes, and the referee can just shrug and go, I don't even know what to do with this.
That is worthy of the WrestleMania main event and the WrestleMania main card. But let us know who you think Randy Orton's Open Challenge answerer opponent will
Cain
be.
Velasquez.
Oh, imagine he got on probation to go and have a match at WrestleMania. That'd be quite fun. But that is all we've got for you just now. We'll of course be back later on today for more wrestling news. Stay tuned to the channel because it is WrestleMania tonight. We've got WrestleMania
a hell of a day ahead of us. We've got so much content coming out over the weekend. We've of course got the live reactions tonight with Adam and Andrew, which I believe is live from 10 p.m.
Yeah.
So double check.
It's open. The room is open.
YouTube.com/Cultaholic/live. Go leave them some abuse and they will get round to answering it when they go live.
Then we'll have WTF on Patreon after the show. We'll have What Happened At. We'll have all that good stuff. Check out the WrestleMania documentary that went up last weekend, Matches, Moments, Magic. It's a very good documentary because I help produce it. And it's great.
Guests.
There's wonderful guests. We've got Sean Rossap. We've got Denise Salcedo.
You got Tom Campbell.
We've got Tom Campbell.
Yeah.
We've got Adam Pacitti. We've got Greg Miller. We've got Chris Van Vliet. We've got Mark Henry. We've got so many people. Go and watch that on the channel right now, and we'll see you later on for more wrestling news.